welcome to the Rochester Local Podcast. I am Becky Mulbatit. I am the owner of Rochester Local, and today I am joined by the one, the only Santa Claus.
Ho, ho, ho.
Santa Claus is in the podcast studio, and we are going to have a great conversation with Santa Claus. I cannot believe it. I am so excited. If you know me, you know that I love me some Santa Claus, and not just any Santa Claus, the Santa Claus. Okay, but before we get into that, I do want to say a very special thank you to our sponsors for this podcast, First Alliance Credit Union and The Edit Shop, who provided the beautiful styling for our wonderful podcast studio. But now we are going to jump right in. Hey, Santa.
How you doing?
I'm good. It's good to see you.
It's so much better to be seen than viewed. Yes.
Yes, it is better. Welcome to Minnesota in the summer.
Boy, I tell you, that's a big change.
Right?
Yes, you can almost walk in your bare feet. Ooh.
I know. So this is your first time in Rochester in the summer.
Yes.
What do you think? First impressions?
Jumping jingle bells. I'm just, wow, wonderful, wonderful climate.
Right?
Great, yeah. No, it tells me why some of the people live here.
115,000 of us, to be
Yes.
exact.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all kind of have this healthier glow about us. You might not recognize us. It's our vitamin D that we get for 3 months of the year. Well, we're very happy to see you here. And you're here
you.
because well, first of all, you're visiting your good friend Steve and Renee down at ABC Toy.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Because they're retiring.
Grr.
Grr.
But that sometimes happens.
Grr. How dare they?
Well, otherwise they just work until they die. So
I know.
we don't do it.
You know, shout out to Steve and Renee at ABC Toy Zone. We love
Yes.
you dearly. Well-deserved retirement,
Yes. Yeah.
right? But you sat down there at ABC Toy Zone as Santa Claus for 8 years?
I believe so, yes.
Yep,
Yeah.
8 years. And so now you came back in July to announce a new home.
Yep, I got adopted.
You were adopted. And where are you going to be this holiday
In
season?
the morning, I'll be going to Hy-Vee
Yep,
at West Circle, something like that.
West Circle Drive.
And then in the afternoon, I'll be going to, what's that? Anyway, downtown.
Galleria
Correct, yeah.
at University Square,
Yes,
right?
Yeah. Mhm.
So that's a big change.
Yeah.
But that's great.
Metric.
We're we're excited that you have a new home. And if people are
Yeah.
interested in those details, we have a post and we'll put that in the description. But you have a new home, and this is great because we love you and you're ours forever.
And I get to do this until I straight line. But that,
Until you're viewed and not seen, right?
Yes. Amen.
Santa, as I've told you before, people love you here.
Oh, yes. I'm very, yes.
Love you. But I think so many of us are curious. How did you, from the North Pole, how did you end up in Rochester, Minnesota? I mean, before ABC Toy, there was Apache Mall, right?
Apache Mall.
So how did you end up in Rochester?
And then before Apache Mall I was up in Bellingham, Washington.
Bellingham, Washington.
Yeah, did 2 years at a mall up there, and then Santa Claus is there, just come and go, whatnot. And after 2 weeks, or 2 months, or 2 years, whoever photograph or whoever people say, okay, we're done. Go find someone else. You don't want to come back.
That was in Washington?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I go, well, this is life in the slow lane. So I went to my Santa group and says, hey, I need a new place, new zip code. Says, well, I wanted to try this place at Apache Mall, Minnesota. Oh, okay. So I showed up there, and it was all right. It went well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But there's a grr. With a photo people, okay, take a picture, 3,
Yes.
and then, okay, pick your best photos, and it'll be $90 per photo. What? And I thought that, when I'm the eyes are closed on all 3 kids, not synchronized, but so anyway, that was their rules that they had to play by. So, and then it was my turn. The mall says, we don't want you back here anymore.
Mm.
And I said, well, no.
Yeah.
I had about so many years, long years, building up my following.
Yeah.
People, because I had a great time at people here, and I even had a group of old, like we call them the old farts.
Yeah.
And when I'd open up the set, I'd grab all my bells and just shake the bejesus out of these
Yeah.
bells, stop, scream out a big ho, ho, ho. And then the old fart people, they do their own echo for me.
Oh.
Oh, it was just neat.
Yeah.
You can't get any better than that.
Yeah.
And then then the malls, either the mall manager or the photo, I don't know.
Something happened.
We want you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. No, I have a good following here.
Yeah.
So I walked down the street or found one, and I said, "Oh, ABC Toys. That could be that's potential here."
Mm-hmm.
So I had me can I just set some simple chair, have people come with their children, and let's go through the list, and we'll tell stories. Is that all right? Well, okay, we'll try it. See what happens. So I did. It's just a ratty old chair. We chatted for a little bit, and then pretty soon the chair got better. And then my set got better. And it was Nirvana. Yeah.
I love that the community loved you so much that they were like, nope, you're not going anywhere. And I think there was a group of dedicated people too that helped you. I think Melissa Egler was in there somewhere.
Yes. Yeah.
And I just love that Steve and Renee just were open to this idea and sure.
Yeah.
Let's figure it out.
How many times we've done this? I don't know. Let's do it time.
Right.
It's going to be metric, but it's okay.
Sure. Let's just figure it out. And so your new little nook was born. Your new little back room. They transformed it every year. And here you are.
I'm so blessed. Yes.
And outside of going to ABC Toy Zone every holiday season, you would sit there every day.
Yes.
Every day.
Yeah.
You would also do things like Ronald McDonald House.
Yes. Yeah. I had some good connections with him. And so then, days of old. Gosh, I rode out my Ranger Harley out here.
When did you ride your Harley out here?
About 2 or 3 years before I was here. So, that was what a hoot that was.
You rode your Harley out here in the winter?
No, it was summertime.
Oh, so you have been out here in the summertime.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was great. There's probably 100 plus Harleys out there, or just motorcycles.
For the Ronald McDonald?
Yes.
So
that was neat. Yeah, but for some reason, not everyone got the same memo, and so I was in the lead with the whole pack, and then all of a sudden I was just me and about 8 other Harleys or bikes were there, and then where's the other people? I don't know. Well, they got left. Okay, what? And it was a little bit delay, reality. Okay, so okay.
Okay, let's talk. So now we're gonna go on a side tangent. Santa drives a Harley. Absolutely.
Yes.
So how long did you drive a Harley?
About 10, 12 years. Yes.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about your Harley.
2 wheels.
2 wheels. Excellent. That's a great place to start.
Yeah, it's just a heritage classic, and it's nothing fancy, but it just kind of glows in the dark by itself. It's not really loud. Went up to Alaska, North Pole.
Wow.
Yeah,
on your Harley.
Oh yeah. That's when your hindsight was tough.
Sure.
Yeah.
You had to build up a callus.
Oh yeah. The whole area. Not just 1 acre. No, the whole area. Yes.
Did you go by yourself or did you go with a group of friends?
No, I went by myself.
Did you?
Yeah, one time I went by myself, and I found this fine lady, temporary. You want to do this? Well, I don't know. Well, just go. Then I'll pay you. We'll ride up there, and then we'll leave the Harley behind and jump on the cruise ship and do a float.
Oh,
We didn't even have to row. No.
so you
Full
drove
surf.
your Harley
Uh-huh.
and then took an Alaskan cruise.
Yeah.
Santa's living the high life.
Well, for that 3 or 4 weeks, yes.
What other adventures has Santa gotten up to?
Well, it depends what you want.
How many states have you visited?
Oh, I don't know. Enough. I got not all of them. Maybe 25 in the area.
But you go to Santa school every summer.
Fall, yeah.
Every fall.
Yeah. The Charles W. Howard Santa Claus School. It's the oldest school in the world, the universe.
The oldest Santa school in the universe.
Yeah. It's run by a dean, Tom Villette, and I've been there about 17 times.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so much I learn a whole bunch new, every year, but it's because the fellowship of the other Santas. I mean, just some good ho-ness.
So all your best friends, all your best Santas.
Oh, my bearded, yeah.
Is it just the holly jolliest there?
Oh, yeah. And then there's always maybe 10 or 20 rookies, and they're, what are we doing? And then, if we're good Santas, come here. I'll tell you how they do this, or think about it. Da, 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 da. This is why you do it, and this is why you don't want to do this or that. So, and then I even got my PhD from Santology from the school.
You did?
And yeah, to do that, I'd do a presentation on some, for this class. So I said, all right, what am I going to do? So I came up with a story of why are children scared of Santa?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it turns out Santa picked the wrong color. This color red stands for high energy fear.
Yeah, you're right.
And then we have big black boots, and it looks like a big furry thing, like a dandelion that forgot to shed, So, luckily, my suit, I just have red knickers.
Yep.
And everything else is just off Santa, and off. And then the other thing you have to, when you're talking to a child, you focus on them like a laser beam, whatever they're doing, watching whether, and you don't care what happens on them. It's all them and you, and they know that you're, almost sucking up their activity, just doing their, so they know that they have Santa's attention right there. So then that makes me so much more valid that, I want to hear and listen what the, child will say.
Yeah. That's amazing. So the first time that I met you, my daughter was 8 months old, and we were in line at the Apache because you were at the Apache because she's 9, or she's 9 now. So it was I think your last year at Apache, I think it might have been. And so you asked me how old she was when I came up, and I said, she's about 8 months old. And you said, okay. Yeah. So you said, she won't be afraid of me this year.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And you said to me, next year, just so you know, she will be a little scared.
Mm-hmm.
You said, that's normal. And I was thinking to myself, this is no normal Santa. And that's when you said to me, in my free time, I like to study a little child psychology. And I thought, well then, here we go, Santa Claus. So you like to study the stages of a child and their development to understand kind of when they're going to be scared, when they're not going to be scared.
After 18 months, I'm a scary Sasquatch.
Well, and I mean, to be frank, of course, right?
Well, yeah, you're massaging a very important child.
Mm-hmm.
Brain, the heart, the whole thing.
Yeah. And I mean, and that makes a lot of sense why your Santa getup is the way that it is. You've got your colorful shirts, and they're Transformers and SpongeBob and Mickey Mouse and all the things, and your knickers are the way that they are, and your suspenders, and you wear Crocs, not big red boots or big black boots.
Yeah.
And your beard is glittery and and you're a much more approachable, kind, and friendly Santa as opposed to this big, imposing.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I've been I go to the hair salon. They do a power puff and fluff on me and my beard, and then they sparkle it and
Is that
almost glow in the
Serenity
dark.
Couture? Is that where
Yes.
you go?
Oh, yes.
Oh, and
Yeah.
they've been doing that for a long time, haven't they?
Yes.
Oh, how wonderful.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And where is it that you stay when you come to
Go
Rochester?
to Centerstone
Centerstone?
Hotel Motel. Yeah.
Yep. And you've been staying there for a long time, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yep. And then I help out with blah blah. When I get done with my Santa nut sweater, I do a walkabout at the bar and other tables and whatnot. And I give out little ribbons that says I'm on
Oh,
Santa's nice list
yeah, Santa's
because I
nice
can.
list. Yeah, of course you can.
And these parents are, who are you? Oh, okay. Yeah, you've been waiting a long time to be on Santa's list. Well, yeah. Well, see, I know.
Oh, that makes them feel very special.
Well, yeah. So anyway, I hit everyone at the bar and the restaurant, and gosh, in this last 2 to 3 days, nice. Well, in the patio, that's new.
The patio.
I've never been
you've
out.
been on the patio.
Yes. Wow. Look, no snow.
Well, and you're on the Twigs patio, which is
Yes.
delightful
Oh yeah.
patio.
Oh yes.
And I bet when you're there over the holidays, you're staying at Centerstone, and you come back from a long day of seeing kids, and you stop by the restaurant. You know, a lot of people that are at Centerstone, over the holidays, they're there because they have to visit the Mayo Clinic.
Yep, body maintenance.
And people don't choose to have a lot of medical things done over the holidays. So they're usually there for emergency purposes or, very important reasons. So seeing Santa Claus and knowing that they're on the nice list has to feel so good at that time of year.
I try when I can. I mean, I can't ask anything personal on, but
Of course.
But you just know that, okay, this is a maintenance visit. Not my, I don't have to know.
But you just bring a lot of joy.
Oh, yeah. I try. I mean, I wish I could walk in water. Only maybe ice, but that's okay.
So what are some things that you love about Rochester?
Where else can I go and receive so much love and respect from all the people? I mean, it's just big time. When I get to be rescued off of Old City Hall, I get firemen came out with their big bucket truck,
That's quite the tradition.
Yeah, and they put me in the bucket, and I look down. There's probably 400 or 500 kids, and they're all looking at me, ooh, and I'm looking at them, and that's just a big ocean of kids, big magics, and here I am, Wish I could get a ranger on a zip line, but maybe next year. But anyway, just they see me, and I become the real big magic guy.
Well, yeah.
And then I'm on the ground, Oreo, ooh, and then some want to touch me, whatnot, follow me. They want to follow me, and they want to crowd me around. So I have to have people,
Yeah.
But it's just very humbled to see that.
Yeah.
But I help make that happen because every child I do a one-on-one thing to do a focus. What do you want for Christmas? Okay, we'll try this. Okay, whatnot. Have you been good this year? Okay, well, I hope so. And then they, you start out, what do you want for Christmas? Big list. And then I decided, well, okay, we have to change that. Santa's going back to the original Christmas with baby Jesus. Remember, Jesus received 3 presents, one from each of the 3 wise men. So on your Christmas list, let's circle on the 3 best.
Yep.
The 3 best. And I'll try my best.
Yep.
If your list is longer than 3, then you have to get your friends and family members to help with your Christmas needs. Because if I brought all the presents for all the children,
right,
I'd have to have a rider truck behind the sleigh.
Yeah.
And the elves tell me, says, no, Santa, no rain.
Right.
Reindeer's going to be pulling no rider truck.
Right.
So we have to do it that way.
Well, I remember when, you were talking about how when you came off the roof of Old City Hall and people just wanted to see you and they loved to, tell you their lists and just want to be around you. I remember it was 2020 and it was the first year of the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
And so how I got to know you originally is I met you through Steve and Renee,
Yes.
and you came to events that I would hold at the Art Center. Cookies with Santa,
Mm.
donuts with Santa, and that's how I got to know you. And 2020, we were planning on having cookies with Santa. Well, then that nasty, annoying pandemic happened, right?
Mhm.
We canceled. And I thought, well, now what? So we we planned a little trip out to the great state of Colorado, where
I have another North Pole there.
where you reside,
Uh-huh.
and we spent a day filming.
I was almost famous,
Do
sort
you
of.
remember? And we went to Manitou Springs.
Oh, yeah, what a hoot. Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yes.
And we
yeah.
went to Manitou Springs for the day in Colorado, which is sort of near your house. And AJ was there filming. And you were there, and you had your Santa ribbons. I was just adjacent to you, and I felt like the most famous celebrity. You weren't even in your full Santa get up, and you were just, people flocked to you. And what I found so amazing is you would take the time, you'd look people in their eye, and you didn't have to do that. And there was one woman in particular who just wanted to stop and tell you, and she said, on my wish list is my granddaughter's health. And you just sat there and you listened to the story, and it was so special. And I would imagine that you hear a lot of things like that, and you take on a lot of people's, burdens. Yeah, emotional burdens. Would you say so?
Yeah.
Especially if you go to places like,
Yeah,
Centerstone and Ronald McDonald House
yeah,
and these sorts
sometimes,
of things.
what do you want from me? I want the help.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't have any wrapping paper to wrap that as a present, but I can sit down,
Mm-hmm.
or if you want, we'll do a prayer right here now.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I say that, what am I going to say? I don't got nothing. So I just
know.
do a little short prayer to me and the big guy. Whatever. Hey,
Right.
may I have the words
Mm-hmm.
to speak to help this situation?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I guess that's all I can do.
Yeah. Right.
'Cause there isn't wrapping paper for stuff, but you can give him hope.
Yep.
Someone else is thinking about him.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's right. Yep.
okay.
Speaking of Colorado, you love it there.
Oh yeah. Yes.
What do you do in your off time?
Get up.
Well done.
Well, but it turns out when I get back from Rochester, Rochester about 1,000 feet elevation.
Yep.
My North Pole in Colorado is at 7,500. So when I show up right after Rochester, I was only about 2 or 3 blood cells for oxygen.
Yeah.
So for survival, I go out and start walking on a trail that's near the house, and it's about 4.5 miles.
Yeah.
Right out there and come back, whatnot. And in the beginning, it takes me about 2 hours and 20 minutes to do my route. And after about 2 months of walking, I can do it in 60 to 70 minutes.
Isn't that amazing how fast your body acclimates and deacclimates? Well, deacclimates quickly, and then it takes a while to reacclimate.
Yeah, it is. But
one of the dumbest things that we did when we came out to visit you.
yeah.
One of the dumbest things that we did. Our family drives out to see you. We're in Colorado Springs. We're like, the next day, we're like, let's drive to Pikes Peak.
Did you bring me oxygen with you?
Nope. Nope. It was the very next day. And, I was like, okay, everybody, watch for signs of altitude sickness. And then we started getting switchbacks, and so I get car sickness, and so we switched about a quarter away from the top. And I'm like, okay, guys, we're getting really near the top. Let's watch for altitude sickness.
Pick me.
And if we didn't get to the top, and I was feeling funny, and I remember feeling funny, and I remember thinking, wow, I feel really funny. but it's not registering that I'm feeling funny. And AJ gets out of the car. He takes the kids into the visitor center. I can't even take in the view. I'm like, I gotta go.
Yep.
And I get to the top of Pike Peak. I go to the bathroom. And if I did not fall asleep in the stall with my head against the stall, like this side.
Yeah.
And I get up and I'm like, I gotta find AJ. I do not feel good. And it's still not registering. It's not registering. And I'm walking all around this visitor center like, whoa, what is going on? And he finds me. Turns out my daughter had altitude sickness and she's in the medic.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting oxygen. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not feeling great either. And
like daughter, like
turns out my oxygen level was like 60%. And he's like, ma'am, sit down. And he's like, take some oxygen. He's like, where are you from? I'm like, Minnesota. He goes, what are you doing up here? When did you get here? We're like, yesterday.
Yep.
Note, do not go to the top of Pikes Peak on your second day in Colorado if you're from Minnesota.
Yeah. Bring your can of oxygen with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Which you can buy just anywhere in any grocery store. That's hilarious.
Yes.
So anyways, that's a little story for you.
Well, I know, but not many people. Well, not many people at low elevations such as this, 1,000 or less. Let's go to Pikes Peak, 14,500 something. Yeah, let's go for it.
And you just don't think about it. And it affects everybody. It doesn't matter what shape you're in. It doesn't matter whatever. You are going to feel that.
Yeah. You don't have enough blood cells.
No.
To bring all that oxygen.
No. And so we were unwell. But as we descended, it's almost like magic. You're like, oh, look at how great I feel.
Yeah.
So anyways, but the last thing that we want to do with you on the podcast today is everybody that gets to come on the podcast gets to put a sticker on our sticker board, right? You know this. I was telling you about this.
Yeah.
So our sticker board is pretty special because it represents people that have been on our podcast, and these are all local places that people love in Rochester. Well, you don't have a sticker, but you do have this. I'm going to let you put it on there. You ready? What is it?
My ribbon says I'm on Santa's nice list.
Oh, does this mean I'm permanently on your nice list, Santa?
As long as the tape holds you there. I mean, we have disclaimers.
Oh, you make me laugh.
What do you want on it?
Put it anywhere. It's your choice.
Well, no, but this is your board. Okay, fine. And hope it's there. Sit. Ooh, sit. Good ribbon.
I'm on Santa's nice list. Everybody, let's please remember this. It's official. I can't do anything to get off now.
Well, the board is.
As long as the tape stays. Santa Claus, thank you so much for coming to be on my podcast.
It's been wonderful.
You are a delight, and you bring joy to many. Thank you for being you. Thank you for loving Rochester.
Well, no, as well as having all the people in Rochester love me.
Yeah.
Well. I mean, I can feel it. I'm blessed.
Thanks for joining us on the Rochester Local Podcast. For more information about where Santa will be this holiday season, make sure you check out the blog post in the description below, and we'll for sure keep you updated this holiday season as well. We hope to see you out and about.